upon a time, in a country not too far away from here, there was a father who had 2 sons. The eldest son was a good son. He listened to his dad and loved him very much, and the youngest one was, well, not so good. But the father loved them both very, very much. One day, the youngest son came to his dad and said, "Dad, know all that stuff that I'll get one day when you die? Well, I'd like to have it now, please." The father thought about this for a moment and said, "Son, I don't think it's a good idea, but alright, I love you. I'll give it to you and I'll trust you with it." "Thanks, Dad," said the young son. And immediately he started thinking about all the ways he's going to waste that good money in fun ways. The next day he came to his dad and said, "Dad, I'm leaving. I'm taking all that money you gave me and I'm going to spend it in fun ways in whichever way I want." Everybody was terribly sad about this. They knew the son was making a big mistake. Even the servants wanted to cry about it. But they watched him leave. And on his way, the son started thinking, "Wow, imagine all the parties that I'm going to have. Imagine all the fancy hotels and all the smart cars. Man, this is going to be a great life." And eventually he came to another country with shining buildings and fancy things. But little did he know that destruction was waiting on him. This town was called Veggiewood. Sorry, we made that one up. Very soon, because he had so much money, he started making new friends. But these were bad friends. They were only friends with him because of his money. And then very soon, in this new place, there came a famine. There was no more food. And the son started losing his money. And yes, you guessed right, with his money, he lost all his new friends. They weren't friends after all. And there he was, all on his own, in a strange country, with no money and no friends. He started looking for a job, but the only job he could get was at a farmer who had pigs. And the farmer said, "Yeah, you can look after my pigs there in the veldt, as long as you get your own food, alright?" And there the young son went out into the fields and started looking after the pigs. Having no food and no money, he eventually got so hungry that he had to eat the food of the pigs. And then he thought, "Wait, I can go back to my dad. I can ask my dad if he'll take me back into his house. And I can say, 'Dad, I'm sorry. I'll be a slave in your house, but please just let me live there.'" And immediately he left the pigs and went back home. Coming back home, his dad was so glad that he ran out to go and meet him. "Welcome back, my son," said the dad. "Dad, I'm sorry about what I did. I'm sorry about not loving you and wasting your money. Please forgive me." "I'll forgive you, my son. You know I love you." And then the dad called the servants and said, come quickly, my son is back. We have to throw a huge party." Everybody was happy except for the older brother. He thought about how his younger brother had wasted his dad's money and how he had broken his dad's heart. And his dad said, "But wait, I had you here all the time. You know I love you. Come on, feast with us." And everybody lived, happily ever after.